Hi guys, happy Tuesday. So, how is everybody? I hope everybody is well. I hope everybody's very, very, very well. So, alright. So the Haus oil is just about ready. Not too sure. It's still got its nice golden color. It's getting really dark. I actually think it's going to go about 40 days instead of just the regular 20, the regular 30. So it's going to be an alchemical. And we have all that good stuff at the top. And it just drips. So, especially for the frankincense, since it is a resin oil, or an herb, herb, it needs to really soak into all of that. So that will be ready. Probably, let's see, it's the 4th. Probably by the weekend, maybe. I'm not sure. So, now these, I do have small containers that I'm going to bottle or put this in, which is the Thoth coconut oil. Oh my god, that's the most amazing smell I've ever smelled. So it's almost like a body butter. It is almost like a body butter, so it will come in smaller containers because you can use it and you get a lot more bang for your buck with coconut oil. It's so much better. Just one amazing thing. And it just literally I have just soaked my whole body this morning after my shower with this, and perfect. Tattoos look amazing. They look more fresh. It actually, the coconut oil actually helps to rejuvenate the cells in your skin and produce new ones. So it's a good thing too. Very good thing. Thank God. So, all right. What do I have to say today? I hope my therapist is watching this. I do. I think it's really, really wrong that you confide in somebody so deeply and then they tell you, well, you need to denounce witchcraft because it's against God. You need to accept Jesus as your personal Lord and Savior. Well, of course I accept Jesus because Thoth is Jesus. All the same being. One being, giant diamond with different names. So I'm really kind of crushed. I confided in this woman, and she wouldn't even look at me. She found my YouTube channel, so her words were, "You need to denounce the occult." The occult. Do you even know what the word occult means? It means unknown knowledge. It's the only thing. It has nothing to do with cult or witchcraft. Nothing. Completely separate word. It's occult. Occult. O-C-C-U-L-T. So yeah, I feel very, what's the word? I don't know. Just, of course I do believe in God. Everybody, of course I do. I just think it's really wrong, morally, ethically, what she did. And I don't appreciate that. To have somebody tell me to denounce my own personal faith that I have practiced my entire life, and then judge me on the videos, my videos, I think that is completely wrong. So therapy gone wrong. I really do. I loved this woman so much. She was amazing. And then she found my videos, and completely different. You could see the disgust in her eyes. You can see just everything in her eyes. She cut our session short. Very short with me, very cold. It was just a completely different side of, that's not a Christian. That's not a true Christian. A true Christian is going to sit there and listen to you. They're going to help you no matter what. They're not going to tell you that you have to denounce your own faith. No. Christianity came from paganism. It's the truth. That is the truth. So, my faith my faith. We share the same freaking faiths. It's just your faith stole from my faith. So my faith was my faith came first. Paganism was the very first faith. And then came Christianity. So, no, I don't worship Satan. It's ridiculous. See, I'm very, I just think that it's completely wrong for, and especially when it says on their, mission statement, we are not here to judge according to, sexual orientation or faith or religion. So yeah, I'm just now my head is completely even more screwed up. So, time to find a new therapist, a non-denominational, completely non-judgmental one. Because now, it was the creepiest thing. I could feel just the hatred, just the disgust. And it made me feel even worse. So I'm not going to be paying for that. Which is gonna fucking tell me to denounce my faith? No. Sorry. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. And I don't know what videos that she actually found. Something about Lucifer. Lucifer was the morning star, the morning light. So if she is going to get into my videos, if you are going to get into my videos, if you're still watching them, maybe you should actually learn, study, the Bible that you're preaching. Study it harder. Study it just a little bit harder, because I really honestly think that you're the one that is lost. You can't impose your judgmental views on me when I come to you for help, when I am completely and unbalanced within my own mind, when my faith brings me peace. And you did bring me peace at first, and then you found my videos, so now you're going to judge me on my videos because of my subject matter. I just don't think that's right. That's not a true Christian. That is not what a true Christian does. So no. Anybody that tells you that you have to denounce your faith in counseling or therapy or anything like that, get out. Get out. Because they are taking advantage of you in your unstable mind, like she is doing, to impose her and push her beliefs onto me. Well, we're going to slowly, and I can see it now from the beginning, how she has slowly tried to convert me to Christianity. Never going to happen. Ever. Of course I believe in God. That's all you have to do. You don't have to be a Christian. All you have to do is believe in God. And of course I accept Jesus. Jesus is Thoth. Thoth is Jesus. One and the same. Of a giant diamond with one face. That is my belief. So, I don't feel, I just feel completely, just like, I can't confide in that woman anymore. I think that is against everything that she should have done that. She should have not done that. So I don't know. I'm totally shocked. I'm in complete shock. More hurt, very hurt, because I love her. I still, and I don't care that she said that. Obviously I do, because it's affecting me, because I'm trying to, out of everybody in my family, I'm the only person that has actually gotten help for my problems, for bipolar, manic depression. You can't do that to somebody who is manic depressive, or who is bipolar, or mania. You can't do that. You can't impose your beliefs, or push and throw and subliminally try to convert somebody when their own faith is already perfect. And they are perfect. And just because you've seen Lucifer in my titles, I do cover a wide range of topics. If you reverse the roles in the Bible, God is vengeful, hateful, vengeful. That's not my God. That's not my God. That is not a loving God. So I really think that you need to reread your Bible, and I will never be coming to you again. So, sorry. I think you've totally fucked me up even worse I really do. I think you've totally fucked my brain up. So I don't even know what to think anymore. That's somebody, that's a Christian taking advantage of somebody that is not completely 100% stable in there. Well, I'm stable, but, still trying to find somebody to confide in, and I did, and it just backfired on me because of the internet, because of the videos. So, I don't know. I think that is illegal. It is very illegal for someone to try to impose their faith and try to get you to convert, to tell you that, of course, yes, the witchcraft and the ceremonial magic is evil. It is frowned upon by God. No, it's not. No, it's not. So, I don't know. I don't understand why people, how they get off. And then Christians wonder why they get attacked so badly by, I don't do that usually, and then Christians and, Catholics and, all the other people wonder why they get attacked by the witches and pagans and, all the other denominations of paganism. Because it's not right. This is America. And it says right there on your sheet, non-discriminatory. And it lists sexual orientation, and then it lists religious beliefs. So I just think it's wrong, morally, ethically. Everything you did was corrupt. That was very corrupt. Cutting my session short, corrupt, just cold. It was very corrupt. Very, very, very old. And very cold. So yeah, now I have to find a different therapist. Somebody that won't judge me based on videos, because I like to explore, learn. Nothing wrong with that. So, read people while it's still legal. But anyways, now that I'm even more screwed because of her, we will go on to just a little bit into part 3 with our modern magic. So, and I have, honestly, this morning I woke up and I felt great. At 8 o'clock I got up, I did the relaxation ritual, I did the psychic self-defense, I did the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram. And it was just amazing. It just made the day easier. Everything felt crisp, clean, everything felt good. Everything felt really good. And it just kind of set the tone for the day. Just very calm, peaceful, nice. So. And then a lot about Osiris. I'm trying to find bits and pieces, but I don't know yet. Last night when I traveled into Undal, Thoth, he did tell me that he would like for me to be his priest. I don't know why. So, but yeah, we had a very long talk, and it was very strange on the island of Undal last night. I think it was raining again. I actually stepped into a giant fire, and my entire body, I could feel the heat, I burnt. My entire body burnt. It didn't hurt, but it was intensely hot. But my entire body, it burnt. And then all of a sudden, I formed again from the ashes of myself. And then I was taken into the water, and I was put in the water 3 times, dunked 3 times in the water in Undal by Thoth himself. I was taken back down with Thoth into the Haus of Ouija at his chamber, in his temple, and he gave me this cup, chalice, to drink from. So I drank from that, and then he gave me. It was very odd. He took it off of his face. It looked like a wafer, literally like the Catholic wafer, and he gave that to me to eat. So I don't know if that, honestly, it did come before Christianity and Catholicism. Cakes and ale, pagan, Wiccan, witchcraft, ceremonial magic, all of that came first. So, I don't know. It was very strange. It was very strange, but it made me feel very different. Very different, and like a light. There was a light inside of me that just poured out, and it just felt so amazing. Amazing. So, alright, so part 3, after the morning adorations. Still kind of iffy on those. I think it brings in way too much energy, and it's way too strong for me personally. So I'm gonna start to do the adorations, but not yet. So, part 3 goes into the Kabalah. So, I'll just go over with part 3 with you guys just a little bit. I'm just still really just hurt from that therapy session. That was just completely wrong. What would you guys do? What would you guys do, honest to God? Like, the fucking gospel truth, what would you guys do? Knowing, and, I don't know what to do besides find a different therapist. But it's just, it hurts when you confide in somebody and they do that to you. But anyways, okay, part 3. This is all about the Kabalah. Okay, so it is said that there were 3 literatures for the ancient Hebrews: the Torah, which is comprised. Is that how you say that word? Comprised? Yeah, comprised of the first of 5 books of the Old Testament, the Talmud, commentaries on the Torah, and the Kabalah, the mystical interpretation of the Torah and speculations of the nature of God in the universe. That is what the Kabalah is. How is that wrong or evil? It's not. So, alright. The Torah was also known as the body of the tradition. And it was said that if ignorant people would read the Torah, they would profit from the experience. So the Talmud was called the Jew's rational soul. And those who were learned would profit in its study. So the Kabalah was called the Jew's immortal spirit. And the wise were advised to meditate upon it. Do any of you practice the Kabalah? So you may have noticed that in different books and authors spell the word Kabbalah in different ways. This is because the word Kabbalah comes directly from the Hebrew, and there's no precise translation between English and Hebrew. Alright, so that makes a lot of sense. So this gives me a chance to interject some thoughts concerning the Hebrew language. Many of the rituals in this course, such as the less vanishing ritual of the pentagram, will be using words from the Hebrew. But all languages, including Hebrew, change in their pronunciation over the centuries. As an example, the word night, which we today pronounce night, N-I-T-E, was originally pronounced with a short I, and the GH being a harsh, guttural version of the CH in the Scottish word loach. Thus, English has changed over the past few hundred years. It is any wonder that the Hebrew had changed over the past 2,000 years. So, it's very interesting, very interesting. So, turning to look at Hebrew, as it is spoken today in Israel and in synagogues around the world, and discounting local dialects, does not help our understanding of Hebrew pronunciation, for modern Hebrew is not the same as biblical Hebrew. Okay. About 100 years ago, a man named Eliezer ben Yehuda came to believe that Hebrew should once again become a living language. It had been regulated merely to religious documents and study rooms, which in the way that Latin is today. Though through his efforts, Hebrew, like a phoenix, rose from the dead and became a living language and was adopted as a language of the state of Israel. So this would compare with the idea of having all people in Italy learn Latin and use it as their everyday tongue. That would be strange. That would be very strange. But in the process of bringing Hebrew from death back to life, many changes in the language's very nature took place. So we have, 1, certain letters, which had 2 different sounds, no longer do so. So see the book Scepter Yetzirah for a list of all the original double-sounding letters. 2, the Hebrew letter called the V-A-H, or Vav, Va or Vav, usually having a V sound, may have originally sounded like a W, and was called the Wow. 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 W-A-W. Wow. That's different. Very different. So 3. Even today, certain Hebrew letters can have several sounds. The Aleph, can sound like ah, eh, or ah. The Yud can sound like e, a, or eh. The he can indicate ah or he. The system of points and lines to indicate the vowels were added hundreds of years after Urza compiled the Torah, which was circa 400 to 300 BC. So they may not be accurate. 4. Perhaps worst of all, mystically speaking, is that to make Hebrew a modern language, Ben Yadada had to take out much of Hebrew's wonderful lack of precision. An example of the word Olam originally seems to have meant world or universe, aeons, and forever. This showed that the ancient Hebrew mind of all these things were related. Now, unfortunately, most of the knowledge is lost, and modern Hebrew words are more meaning specific. So, honestly, I don't know if that's how you even pronounce love anymore now. Ahava, ahava. That is how I pronounce love in Hebrew. Ahava. That is how I was taught by an Israelite couple quite a while ago. He told me how to pronounce love. Ahava. I was like, wow, what? Right. So, 5. Many Hebrew words were replaced by Aramaic words. As an example, in ancient Hebrew, a V or a B meant father, Av or Ab. In modern Hebrew, the word for father is the Arabic Abba. So, the next question is, should we try to discover the ancient Hebrew pronunciation? After all, isn't the way the words are pronounced important? The answer is yes. The way the words are pronounced is important, but no, it's not worth our time to seek out the ancient pronunciation of Hebrew. Most of the ritual used today were really created long after biblical Hebrew was a mere memory. In this course, the pronunciations used are those of modern Hebrew. In this way, you will be tapping into the energies of millions of people who speak the tongue every day, rather than guessing at what ancient Hebrews would have sounded like. Now that does make more sense, a lot more sense. Within the vibrating of the names and the names of God and the names of the angels. So after this digression, let us now return to this word of import, Kabalah, or Kabalah, Kabalah. So many ways to spell Kabalah. So it comes from the Hebrew word which means to receive, implying that Kabalah is received, doctrine, that is, received from God. It also means that it is given by one person and received by another, usually in an oral manner. Thus, the true Kabbalah was an oral, secret tradition, which for thousands of years was jealously guarded from the profane, like the tarot. There are 2 types of histories of the Kabbalah. The first is mythological history. The second is the known factual history. So, that's just a lot. That's a lot to take in. So if we're still using those words the way that they sound them today, they pronounce them today. So ahava is obviously, I hope, still love, and it doesn't mean anything else. So yeah, I'm just kind of thinking now, that makes a lot more sense that billions of people are speaking the tongue that we're speaking in our rituals, in our magics. Just so much better. So, right, the mythological history of the Kabalah, however you want to say it. The Kabalah was a secret science known to the angels and to God before the creation of the universe. After Adam and Eve fell from grace in the Garden of Eden, an angel taught the wisdom to Adam so that grace and purity might be regained. I notice similarities here between this story and that of Prometheus, who brought fire or divine wisdom to the human race. So I wonder which story came first. This knowledge Adam passed on to his sons, but later forgotten or lost. After the deluge, God had not only gave the rainbow as a sign of his covenant with humanity, but also instructed Noah and his sons in the secret knowledge, which is before the knowledge was eventually forgotten or lost. So God did. So the Kabalah is also from God. Kabalah means to receive divine wisdom from God. So, that makes perfect sense. That makes a lot more sense now than it did before. So this is just really, really, really telling me that there are so many different ways to God, and not just through Jesus Christ. There are many ways to God, to Spirit. So, you may now be seeing a trend developing for the reception and loss of their secret knowledge. Angels instructed Abraham in the wisdom. He in turn instructed Isaac. From there, it went to Jacob, but during the captivity in Egypt, it was again lost. The knowledge was this time recovered by Moses. Moses, so the story goes, spent 40 days on the top of Mount Sinai, and traditionalists wish us to believe that all he obtained from God was 2 stone tablets with the 10 Commandments on them. The mystical interpretation is that the first time Moses went up, he received the secrets of the Kabalah from God, but destroyed them upon seeing idol worship. This is all in that time and era. It's time periods. It all has to do with the time period, what region you grew up in, where you were born. It's all freaking, it just depends on where you're born. If you're born here, you weren't raised in that. If you were born over there, you weren't raised in the traditions that we were, so it all makes sense. So what about the poor little Ethiopian kids that have never heard of Jesus? That have never ever heard of Jesus? Are they all going to go to hell? Don't think so. So he returned to the top of the mountain, but God would not allow Moses to share the secrets of the Kabalah with the common people. Instead, like little children, the name Children of Israel is very appropriate in this context. They were told what they could and could not do in the form of the 10 Commandments and the other laws of the Torah. Moses, who already had received the Kabalah, was told that he could only give the secrets to his brother Aaron and the future high priests of the Hebrews. So, as a side note, in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, the first real great archaeological discoveries in Egypt took place. People around the world, especially occultists, and again, occult means seeker of the unknown knowledge. Occultist is a seeker of unknown knowledge. Occult means hidden, unknown. Kind of clear that up. Where did I go? I'm very off today from yesterday. Okay, yeah, people all over the world, especially occultists, who at times are not the most level-headed of people, No, we're not. We're fascinated by the secrets of ancient chem. This is where thus when they read in the Bible that Moses was educated in Egypt, they assume that the Kabalah had an Egyptian origin. While it is true that they were mystery schools in Egypt, in fact, Pythagoras studied at one, there's no proof that the Kabalah is taken directly from the wisdom of Egypt. So we don't know. We don't know for sure if the Kabalah came from Egypt, it came from where it came from. So, okay. So yeah, there's just no proof. No proof. Okay, so was that the mystical secrets of the Kabalah were kept for hundreds of years by the Hebrew priesthood. But the common Hebrew man and woman did not learn the lessons of the 10 Commandments and the other laws which God had intended them to learn. Thus, God punished the people of Israel over and over until the destruction of the Second Temple in the year 70 AD. Rome had ordered the destruction and had wanted rabble-rousers and freedom-loving troublemakers rounded up. One of these was a rabbi named Simon Ben, sometimes written Bar, Simon Bar. Yochai. He managed to evade the Romans by hiding with his son in a cave for 13 years. Oh my God, 13 years. There's a special meaning in the number 13, which will be revealed later in this course. So in the cave, these two learned men wrote down the secrets of the Kabalah for the first time in a large set of books entitled the Zohar, or Book of Splendor. And the smaller Sefer Yetzirah, Book of Formation. Later, when publishing became practical thanks to Gutenberg, these books became available to people all over the world. Thus, it was that although that the diaspora, the exile of the Jews throughout the world, after the destruction of the Second Temple, has been decreed by most Jews, those of a mystical bent have held the 10 Commandments was God's gift to all mankind, because that in that way the Jews were able to spread that divine wisdom all over the world, rather than keep it hidden in a small section of the Middle East. So, alright, I think that this would be a good time to give you a small tale of my personal history. Alright, so here's a little tale of this person's personal history. So, Donald, I'm enjoying this, thank you. So, before I was born, my father decided to change the family name, you see. The family name had been Katz. Cats. And as a child, he had been kidded in school by being called Pussycats. Oh. So after my older brother was born, my father decided to change the family name so his son would not be kidded. But the name Katz is an abbreviation or acronym in the Kabbalah, is called a notokrikon, I think, of which more will be said later. So in short, the Kohen Dek with a vowel added between the initial letters of the two words and means righteous priest. Thus I may be a descendant of the ancient priestly caste, and thus may by right learn and share the Kabbalah. But before you think this bit of knowledge has gone to my head, let me remind you that this revelation comes in a section titled Mythological. So we can kind of see where his story, he's not 100% sure. I think we all descend from Egypt. That's what I really think. Right. We have a lot on the factual history of the Kabbalah, which will take quite a bit. But that is just the mythological history of the Kabbalah, and where it came from and how we got it. and the meaning of the words today when we're using them in ritual. So, we have a long way to go. Very long way to go. So, it's going to be a great journey, though. It's already a very great journey. So, yes. It's going to be just great. It's going to be amazing. So, I'm very excited. I'm so very excited for my thought oil. It's very dark now. It's very, very dark. And I want, there we go, there's all the frankincense you can see, and the myrrh. So we want that to stay shaken up. So since it's a conjure oil, it should be shaken. But yeah, I think that's going to go the full 40 days, the full alchemical month, because I don't want to screw anything up, and I want it to actually smell good. So a little bit of that is going to go into the Thoth coconut oil. And then I also thought about adding a tiny bit of shungite oil. Maybe a little bit of shungite oil to that. But yes, the Thoth oil will definitely be ready soon. My Thoth elixir, kind of noticed, I went back and I kind of checked my grimoire throughout the course of the 40 days is almost up. Now it's time for the second alchemical part, which is burning it down into nothing, ashes, and then adding it to some kind of regular salt, I think. So I gotta educate myself more on that, because I have no idea. So I'm honest, I have no clue on how to do that part. That part, the spirit, the alcohol, the the material, the plant material, the herbs, the sigil, being us, body, the flesh, the malleable, the moldable, transforming. So I've kind of seen it transform myself. Inner alchemy, big time inner alchemy, especially with the moon elixir. That's crazy. That is a giant, I mean, just working with the moon and with yourself. Inner alchemy, it's almost like it's too much. So it's almost like it's way too much of a damper on myself, that or I am opening up that much more. So I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. But then, oh God. Hold on, guys. I get this ringing, this, like, not vertigo, but where everything goes, like, where everything just goes, feels weird. So yeah, and then I was also asked too, I'm just really bugged, so if I have to use this as therapy, I'm gonna do it. So, I'm just very bugged, very hurt, crushed, because I trust her. I still do. But I don't think I'm going to go back to her. I'm not going to go back to her. I've got to find somebody that can see past and not judge, which is sad. It's sad, and that's very hard to find in this town. Very hard to fucking find. And especially when you actually need the help. Like I put myself in therapy. I set my own therapy up. Nobody does it for me. I do it myself. I go to my sessions myself. Kills me. It literally kills me. It scares me to death to get out and be around that many people. In like the waiting room, holy shit. You walk in and there's 2 people in there. It's like, oh my God, it's so small. It's like panic attack waiting to happen. So it just, I don't know. Everything just seems shattered. Very shattered. I don't know. I do know it is, it's illegal, but I don't know. Just very, very, it's just not sitting right with me, and I'm sick over it. And I trusted her so much. And I don't know, I'm just very disappointed. So I don't know. Have you guys ever experienced this? I know somebody a long time ago told me that it will take, the first one is not always the good one, the best one. It's going to take time to find that one. So, I don't know. I don't think we even have therapists, psychotherapists around here that aren't heavily Christian. But yeah, now I can just see it from the beginning where she has tried to convert me slowly. You can't do that to somebody. That's horrible. That's awful. And then Christians wonder why they have such a bad, there's such a bad rap around them. It's terrible. It's very terrible. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just very confused. I'm very not liking what happened, and I just think it's ridiculous, and it just sucks because I like her, and it just sucks because when you like somebody and you click with them, and then just the look of disgust and just the look. Who cares? And it wasn't even about, your practices that are affecting your mental health. It was, you need to repent, you need to accept Jesus Christ as your Savior. Yeah, that's the only true way. No, that's not true. That's a lie. I don't know. So yeah, therapy gone wrong. I need Charlie Sheen, who is your therapist? I need your therapist. I've got insurance, so don't worry. I can definitely pay for it. So yeah, definitely time to find a new therapist and get on with fixing myself. So, I don't know. But yeah, anyways, alright guys, that's it for today. I'm just pretty down and blah. Yeah, therapy gone wrong. Very wrong. And now I kind of wonder if she creeps on all of my stuff. It's just the simple fact when my videos were brought up with a professional, I'm like, oh, what? Holy crap, cut our session short, give me the cold shoulder, look at me in disgust. But yeah, I'm fine in my faith. I love my faith. I think you guys all know that, so. I don't know. It'll all work out though in the end. It'll all work out. I did find some very interesting stuff on this morning on Osiris and connecting with Osiris, invoking Osiris, and just connecting with him and helping. He is, since he is the god of vegetation, of the earth, and he's the gatekeeper of the underworlds, to ensure that you have a very nice passage or transition. I have found so much on the pottery, the island of pots. It's a real place, I think. The island of pottery, or pots. So what they would do is they would put designs all around. They would etch them, or they would even put the sigils inside of their libation pots. So it would actually, the water or whatever they were using, wine or beer or whatever they had back then, would absorb the energy of that specific god form. So I thought that was pretty interesting too. So that just goes to show how sigils affect liquid. So it goes back to Egypt. Very, very interesting read. I actually read that in God, where did I read that? Invoking the Gods of Egypt. Or I actually heard it on one of the Liverbox recordings on YouTube. So there's a bunch of them out there that are amazing. Very amazing. So if you guys have time, check them out. So, alright guys. I will see you all tomorrow for Witchy Wednesday. And everybody have a great day. I love you all very much. And yeah, don't let anybody ever try to get you to denounce your faith, because it's not worth it. It's not worth it. As long as you're happy, that's all that matters. I love you all very much. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for Witchy Wednesday.